up, boys and girls? Because today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be listing off my top 10 movie hot takes of all time. Now, some of you already know that I have quite a few hot takes when it comes down to movies, but today I'm going to be listing them all off for you one by one. Fair warning, though, some of these might make you cry your little eyes out because you don't believe what I believe in, but grow up! It's not always about you. So here we go. Number 10. Now, this is barely even a hot take, okay? But it has to be said. There is no such thing as a bad Star Wars movie. If you really, truly believe that any of the Star Wars movies are actually bad, then you have never once broadened your horizons and watched anything other than a blockbuster. I implore you, please, go off, find one of those apps that showcase you all the free movies that exist in the world. Watch a few of them. Heck, watch one of them and tell me again how bad Star Wars is. When it comes down to the Star Wars fan base, y'all are haters for no apparent reason. Number 9. Spoilers are getting out of hand, okay? They are. I'm looking at you movie companies that spoil way too much in your trailers. You just are. Just watch your own trailers and you'll realize that you're giving away the entire movie. And even if you weren't, you're still spoiling the entire thing by having your little conventions, your little official news parties where you reveal all of the biggest surprises in the movie for what god-awful reason I will never understand. Apparently, you hate surprises. Now, it's not always movie companies. Sometimes it's you. Yes, you. Some of you hold this idea that if a movie has been out for a week, maybe 2 weeks, then it's okay to maybe spoil it for everybody else. Give me a second here. Just give me a second. The Empire Strikes Back came out 8 years before I was born, so apparently, according to you, it was okay when I was born to say, "Oh, here you go, little baby, guess what? Darth Vader is!" Apparently, not everybody is allowed to be surprised and entertained by a movie anymore. Right. Just stop it! Number 8. Remakes are not a bad thing. Or at least they don't need to be. Your idea of a good remake is actually the opposite of what a good remake should be. The closer to a source material, or the more respectful to a source material, the remake will suck. It just will. Have you ever seen 1998's Psycho? Okay, that was one of the most respectful remakes I've ever seen in my entire life because it was a shot-for-shot, angle-for-angle, line-for-line remake. And y'all know it sucks. Instead, what a movie should do if it's being a remake is it should stray away from the original source and it should do its own thing. As long as the movie itself is good, then they have nothing to worry about, in my opinion. If you're sitting over there and you're saying, "I'll never watch this movie, they should have never remade it in the first place," you're a terrible human being. Next up, try not to cry too hard this, guys, but Avatar is not as good as you think it is. The first Avatar movie, it's fine. Okay, the visuals are good, but narratively, it's whatever. Does it deserve to be one of the highest grossing films of all time, let alone the most highest grossing film of all time? Hey, no. It is not that good. And you know what else? Because it is so ridiculously overhyped, it is literally the most overhyped film I've ever seen in my entire life, by the way. And because James Cameron refuses, apparently, to do anything other than Avatar for the rest of his unnatural life, that has put me off of ever watching a sequel to Avatar. And no, I haven't seen Avatar 2. I don't care to. I'm not going to watch Avatar 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Avatar 600. I don't know how many there are, and I don't care! Next up on my list of hot takes is you, Disney Plus you. Yes, I'm talking to you. And actually, why not? I'm talking to Disney as a whole. There's this idea in place that in order for you to understand, appreciate, and even be entertained by anything that Disney comes out with, specifically Marvel, that you must have a Disney Plus account and watch everything that they come out with, period. If you don't, you're gonna be lost. That is bullcrap, and it needs to stop right now. Some of us don't have the luxury, the time, or the money to watch every single movie that Marvel comes out with, let alone the time and the energy and the focus to watch everything Disney Plus has come out with. Actually, not everybody has a Disney Plus subscription, so it is highly unrealistic, unfair, and ridiculous to expect people to do that. I fear for Marvel's future because, Next, this is pretty straightforward. But the Spider-Man movie with the best visuals, best web-swinging action, and best suit is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. Narratively, not the best movie. In fact, probably one of the weakest movies out of the bunch. However, none of the other Spider-Man movies hold a candle to that film visually. We're bringing it back to Marvel again. The Infinity Saga? Fantastic. The Multiverse Saga? Now look, I'm a fan. The fan service stuff, I like. Bringing back past actors from past movies to be in the movies now, pretty cool. I have a lot of fun with that, just like you do. But it kills my heart to hear when people are like, oh yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man No Way Home are the best thing the MCU has ever done. Biggest red flag right there, because no it ain't. There is absolutely no sustenance, no weight, no real sense of threat, no nothing in these movies. You want to know why? It's because the multiverse is an endless sea of possibilities, and they're using it for cameos. And when they do this, they're basically saying all those meaningful moments of your favorite characters in the past, they mean diddly squat now. Like what happened at the end of Logan. It doesn't matter because I'm talking deaths, guys. Death means nothing anymore in the MCU. Yes, Logan died. Yes, spoiler alert, I know, but hear me out. He comes back in Deadpool Wolverine. You already know that. That's fine. Yes, it's not the same character as in Logan, but what does it matter when the character is close enough? That's what the multiverse suggests, and that's a problem. Because, yes, it is a different character, but if you can reach into the multiverse, an endless sea of possibilities, that means you can bring somebody who is almost exactly the same exact character. This is going to be a problem now, and it's going to continue to be a problem until they stop doing the Multiverse Saga. Now, don't get me wrong, again, I'm a fan. I like the fan service stuff, but I miss when there was actually real weight to the series. Number 3 was my first hot take in film ever, I swear to God, but Daredevil, 2003, Ben Affleck, arguably a great movie. It doesn't hold a candle to the Netflix series or now Disney Plus series, but for what it's worth, on its own, it was great. Now, yeah, it came out during the time of another franchise hitting its peak. You may have heard of it, The Matrix, so there was a lot of inspiration that came out of nowhere, and that's why Daredevil feels like The Matrix at times. However, if you see the director's cut, you know that it's not necessarily the case all the time. It's still a great movie. At the time, DC was the dark movies, and Marvel was the light stuff. So it felt weird to see. But I was always a fan of it. I still am. I've seen it multiple times. And I'll die on that hill. Now on to the top 2 hot takes of movie stuff. Number 2, The Godfather is incredibly boring. I'm sorry, guys. It is. Does it look, sound, and feel like a masterpiece at time? On a technical level, it does. But it does not stop it from being boring, confusing, hard to understand with all the thick accents coming out of it. I watched the thing on subtitles because it's impossible to understand. And narratively, it's all over the friggin' place. There's no reason to watch it. Nobody is trying to do anything. You're just watching gangsters be gangsters for several hours. Oh boy, what a great movie! And my number 1 movie hot take of all time. If you guys have been watching this channel, you know exactly what it is before I say it. But the Emoji Movie is not as bad as people put it out to be. I believe that people are sheep, they listen to what other people are saying, and they all agree that the Emoji Movie sucks without ever having seen it. However, you're not really supposed to love it if you are an adult, but if you have kids, let them enjoy it. Let them love it. My kids have watched it on repeat, and for good reason. Look, in 1995, I was a kid. I did not have screens. I did not have anything like that. What I did have was toys and an imagination. And what else I had was Toy Story, which I related to so much growing up. That is how I interacted with my surroundings. And past just relating to it, Toy Story gave a lot of meaningful messages. So did the Emoji Movie. The Emoji Movie relates to kids nowadays who can't get their freaking faces out of a tablet, kids! It's true. Kids are obsessed with screens nowadays. That is their worlds. Emojis are their forms of dialogue, you know? So to see a movie literally take a real world scenario inside of a screen makes a lot of sense. A lot of kids will relate to that. And past that, there's also messages in it as well, such as you don't have to listen to society's expectations of what they want you to be or how they want you to act. You are allowed to be your own person and love yourself, and ultimately, if you do, that will be the right choice at the end of the day. That is an incredibly strong message, and people hate the movie and call it a crap garbage film. Anyways, that's it. That's my top 10 takes. I originally filmed this, and it was like 40 minutes long because I keep on going on tangents, and I really should stop doing that, but at the end of the day, that's it, guys. Let me know your top 10 movie hot takes in the comment section down below, and as you know, hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified whenever I come out with my next video, whatever that may be on, and until then, peace out!